Hello, my name is Davey. In-game nick at the moment is Lady Haha 89. I tried to record recently on my main PC, but um, yeah, the static is too loud from my PC. The graphic card is just so loud. The cooler, so it never really has a nice audio. So I'm now at my work PC, so not everything's ideal. And also I didn't transfer my replay files, but that was just a game I played on my work PC. So yeah, but I anyways wanted only go through the fundamentals, and I think even the fundamentals are I can go through them on the replay, and yeah, maybe some guys can pick a few things up, and yeah, that's the main goal actually. So I'm playing Vasari Alliance on the eco position, so I'm very protected, and my game plan will be to just expand relatively quickly to the center and potentially fight off my opposition eco player, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I think we're gonna speed up a bit. I have never really, I don't know. I said I tried to record a few videos, but yeah, never really was happy, or yeah, as said, the static. And now I still have a cold, so my voice might still sound a bit weird, but yeah, it is what it is. As VA, I usually open with the fleet beacon and go for the triple cap. I think in most setups it's the best way to go, because well, that's the strength of Vasari, having the upfront resources, the upfront exos, and being able to colonize in multiple directions. But yeah, it is obviously very resource intensive, so your eco ramp up is a bit slower. My other opening is solo egg into more frigates, which I prefer in more streamlined positions, which means like from support, where I just go like one direction to my aggro, and from the other side as well, and I can focus a bit more on the economy at the start. But on eco, I have the feeling it is better to go triple cap, because you are stronger to contest the center, and just having two caps or potentially even three then already fighting the bigger derelicts and bigger garrisons is very helpful. Yeah, then well, what is also now changed from the new patch is if there's Giscon available. If it's available, it's obviously still very good to have the triple cap open. But if it's not available, I think it is less efficient, because you will also have to build a colony ship. But that also means building an early small factory besides your fleet beacon. And yeah, that's just a lot of money you have to invest already. So then I also prefer sometimes, if no Giscon, to go solo egg and just go with a small factory, and then yes, secondary colonization fleet. Because in most games you need a secondary path to just pick up, like, I don't know, some small asteroids, or maybe one of the 40 garrisons or 37 garrisons systems. And with your egg, you want to go to the direction you're aiming for. First researchers are just the planets you need around you and the influence, and yeah, the additional supply, so I can build up my third cap. I deleted one of my initial light frigates, so I can earlier build the second cap.
Civilian structure complete.
So also what I see very often where people lose time is basically not moving their caps all the time. I mean, with two light frigates you can easily finish off the garrison of the asteroids, and with your egg you want to be as quickly as possible in the next system to either catch a derelict early, where I moved it immediately, and yeah, to just keep on going basically and not stand still. And with my Vulcaros I will go the second pathway. So now always at the start it's very important that you look out and already plan ahead. So my idea was, I think, pretty straightforward. I will go with the egg through this side, to the left side, and with the Vulcaros to the right side. And my camera alignment is always to the center, so yeah. That's why left and right, just from my point of view. But obviously, if you flip the whole system, then yeah, it loses a lot of sense. And the influence goes either to getting higher frontier colony uplink or the pirates potentially. And yeah, obviously, if you look out, if you check the systems that are undiscovered, if you see Aluxin, then you already also have to invest in Aluxin or find them easily. But it doesn't look like they're on my side, so yeah, I can be a bit more greedy and go more into frontier and piracy. Prenest, I don't know. I think they work now, but yes, eco. I feel like it's nicer to be more greedy. But yeah, I mean, if someone is crying like, "Oh my God, I have my super choke and I really need it," then I sometimes give them away. As VA, you have the luxury of having enough influence. Alright, I stayed with mining level 1. Usually, especially in eco, you want to have a high level high level in gravity warhead. Getting it to level 3 is just basically the peak strength point of egg, because yeah, I think the duration is like 60 seconds, which is just extremely long. Also with the Vulcaros, quickly colonize it as basically as soon as possible, then just you can still later on quickly kill the frigate. And yeah, my third cap ship, this is basically just a decision between which fleet the Marauder goes, either my egg or my Vulcaros. Most of the time it's my Vulcaros, because with the egg and with the flight frigates I will usually finish up my cluster, and the two caps will go towards the center. So now I already have a kind of a overview to the center, 9 minutes in. It's also the timing, like I started like 6 or 7 minutes the labs, the Empire labs. It is pretty important to get this up early enough, so yeah, I will get it up at like minute 10. I think that is a decent or a good timing. Very important are there's a lot of key researchers you want to get as quickly as possible, especially the culture, because yeah, over time it will spread to all your systems, and then you will have the benefit of additional income from your allegiance. And also like the nanite blooming on Eco, I think is worth it, because you will usually get like 4 or 5 of one of your nanites, and obviously also the intercultural change, you want to spam them everywhere. You're potentially also getting Xeno settlement, and in some games I also get like a Dark Fleet Tower in the middle, and yeah, that's just so many items. And also obviously the +3 Vitra weapons lab. That's just so much saved resources that I feel like getting it early enough is really worth it. In the meantime, I usually focus on getting logistics level 1 on every planet, and will fill up the metal extractors mainly, because at the start you are an excess on crystal, so you want to get the metal income up. I have now an excess of metal, but that is because I just got 2 metal derelicts. Usually you're starving on metal, but yeah, I will make sure that I'm starting to use them up as quickly as possible. Queuing up more research. I got the pirates crew, boarding crew, so I will potentially get some heavy cruisers, like from the first bigger system, which is usually 80 supply, and it's also always the 3rd planet you're getting. But there you need either more light frigates, or in my case mostly defensors, or yeah, with the double cap it's pretty easy to clear them. And it's also really nice, like one can go to the relic, the other one can clear the siege frigates, and yeah, you can keep on like using the nanite seed and boarding crew for the
Research complete.
for the heavy cruisers. I will use it here, I guess. Yeah.
Colonizable planet. Warfare research complete.
And with the egg, I can still capture some of the derelicts. Sometimes there's also a epic derelict in the middle, in between players. And then you also need to have the earlier nano repair swarm. But I think the middling derelicts are yeah, capturable without taking any serious damage. Also, another note is to focus killing the Javelins, because usually they prevent you from building. Like the Harkas are not really a problem because their attack range or aggro range isn't really big. But yeah, here I didn't have the time because it's a middling derelict, and I mean I could have cleared them, but I felt like I'm so off position with my egg. I kind of prefer to be in the center when the two others are there already. Research said I got the culture up. I think for some reason I forgot the culture. Usually I get it first and then second nanite. And then yeah, I will get the crystal nanites. Oh, okay. I think I really just forgot the culture building, because usually that's my first, and then I'll go to nanite into nanite. Reduced item price, these nanite biome into nanites, yeah. So now here is like the first 15 minutes. I think this is the standard time you want to aim for. Like you want to have your cluster. This is the cluster that I sometimes refer to. This always contains 3 asteroids and 2 planets, which are barren ice or volcano. Then I got one of the in-between asteroids. Like this is also one. But my friend over here got it, and Orange didn't take his. It also didn't look like he was, and there was the derelict, so that I definitely wanted that. That also gave me the 1.5k credits, which are nice little boosts, especially early on, where you want to be as greedy as possible. Yeah. So this game, I already saw that I will be starving in civic research, at least at the start a bit, because I only have my homeworld. So I think I actually adjusted in-game. I think this is the reason why I went this nanite first, because I saw I had no civic research, and it's rather rare, because usually you have either an ice or a barren, and then if you get the 20 from there, or even 40 from 2 of these planets, like yeah, you're all fine. But in this game I had triple volcano, right? And I even saw like, oh okay, already really like, I don't know, 5-6 minutes later I will get access to a crystal, but that is also like split, so that is a base of 10 or 15 with the pop. So I adjusted, and I think I delayed the culture to get the minus 18% from the planet item, and then I built more of the literal adjunct labs. I think that is a nice adjustment you can do as Vasari. So I saw I lacked civic research, so I immediately went for the planet items and then went for the culture. And anyways, the culture spread is a bit rough here in this game. I'm not sure. I'd probably take this system because my cluster is kind of like yeah, weirdly aligned. Because you have the problem. Usually, you really want to have the culture starting at your homeworld. But when my homeworld is like isolated, then the culture spread takes really long until it reaches like this planet or this even especially, right? But yeah, asteroids don't really count as much. So still, like if you check the incomes, like the main planet, your homeworld is like the most important one. That's why you really want to have also the main population you have. So you really want to get the culture there going. And yeah, and the special volcanoes don't start with high pop, so yeah, they're less important. Yeah, okay, so that's just all the thoughts I had. My fleet still only consists of the triple caps plus the starting light frigates, and I'm starting to recruit some of the hard cruisers with my boarding crews. I keep getting colony seats, and then I actually surprisingly saw that the Aloxian were actually on my side, so I had to start investing in the Aloxian piece, because I saw this, they will connect soonish, and yeah, they're just annoying if you forget them.
structure complete.
So my ally was crying for Gauss, so I think I actually later on purpose go more influence to potentially place one, because he was really like desperate a bit. Yeah. And I also saw I won't. It's unlikely that I will be quickly at their side. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull my egg to my forward flea as well, to my other 2 caps. So now I have a punching power of 3 caps, which is really strong at this point. So that's the upside with it. Like my alternative fleet composition would be with solo like 25 defensors and a few light frigates, which is way less scary, just with the Vulcars alone. I mean, this DPS on level 2 now already is very threatening to any cap ship that comes, and yeah, light frigates and defensors are just not really hurting cap ships. So now I take over some Harkas. Yeah. We see someone being rather angry. I get tier 3 like some minutes ago with the labs, and yeah, research on minute 21. I wouldn't hard focus on like timings, but I would just get some rough estimations of what you should be aiming for. Also now the research bonus, I think I would go for something like, I don't know, at the start like 20% from your homeworld. On tier 2 you need at least like, I don't know, 60, 50, and if you go for level 3 then I would really aim for like level over 100. But yeah, as said, I even research rate level 2 on homeworld, but I still have no other access on civic research. This will change with the crystalline now here, which I will be getting. And I will definitely quickly at least get 1 point everywhere, and then yeah, focus on mining. I have decided to go for the crystal nanites, which I could have maybe also, I could have also went for the metal, but I saw triple volcano, so I thought I was definitely fine in the metal compartment, but then there are also like double crystals, so yeah, it's actually kind of balanced, so in the end it didn't matter. But the focus is that I get the intercultural exchange, yeah, as this is just the strongest economic item of VA, getting this to level 3. Because if you have credit income besides your strong metal income, that secures your economic safety. Then getting some of the more important ship upgrades. More important against my Vasari opponent will be corvettes and anti-corvettes, basically. Most players play with a lot of defensors. The Warden, it's a bit of a tricky situation because defensors are really easily spammed and really quick. So they're a really nice way to be aggressive. And they also actually, if you don't have an overwhelming amount of PD, it's really hard to kill defensors. Because Vasari only has egg AoE. And yeah, that's just usually not enough if you face someone who has a bit micro, right? Because he just moves out and then you have basically nearly no AoE. So it is a bit of a tricky relationship. I think my approach at the moment is I start with defensors so I can be aggressive. I make my opponent decide on... I force my opponent to decide how he tries to fight me, and depending on that I will adapt. So yeah, but I don't want to go too deep into it. I will explain how I will react to my red opponent. So here also, I think that this is the part where I make the most mistakes. It's also, I think, really tough. I think not many players have the overview or just the general knowledge on how, with what they can get away with. And this is basically like, if you reach the center, what you're gonna do now, right? You always have to have in mind the wormholes. Like, this map gen was no threat of wormholes, but I have one on the center, right? But yeah, but I am in the center, so I can defend this, even if he were to come really early, like 30 minutes is like usually the earlier timings. And now I also have to look out, I mean, can I go aggressive? He seems to be rather slow. I think If he were as quick as me, he should be at least on the desert already, or on the Terran. But I didn't scout it. So, but yeah, I should have also, if he were on the Ferris, I've met Ferris. He should have already been here, so I'm already a bit curious, like, is it possible that he goes to the wormhole? And yeah, I think I saw that. Also now with the triple nano factory, it really looks like it. So I can be more defensive, because if he goes for the attack, then I don't need to be capping more systems or go, I don't know, even on his side. And I can just make sure that I'm prepared when he comes. And I don't know, for example, cap even another planet. There's not a lot out there. The ocean would be really nice, but that already feels really far away. That's why I went for the geomagnetic, and yeah, got the research now. I'm tier 3. And yeah, and the second important point is just, I don't know, against most better players, you just really need to make sure that you at least have some factories up ahead. Usually I'm against the best players, I think my default is just the first center planet I will make factories, because that's usually my downfall. If I'm too greedy and I'm not ready and my opponent attacked me, then and I don't have to fax up or started building, then you can just straight up lose from there. So I have all the level 2 echo research, not the level 3, but the most important one was this one. In this game, arguably, it wasn't as important because I didn't have any high pop planets. The crystal ones aren't really great. So maybe, in hindsight, I could have maybe even opted for the catalyzed atomic sorting earlier than instead of rushing the interculture district. Because usually it's already worth it, the interculture district, if you have, like, I don't know, a Terran or a desert or an oceanic, because they start with 350, 300 and etc. A Terran even 500 or something. But yeah, with like crystals and also a geomagnetic, there's just not the same worth. So I see him actually here. So I was a bit like, oh, maybe he does go for the Ferris, but then I suddenly see fleet here, right? So I didn't see this before, but maybe it changed. Because I think there was a rotation, because suddenly it looks like, oh, we're actually super close, because this is an asteroid, so small, short gravel, and here as well. So yeah, I see fleet here. So, but luckily, obviously, as mentioned, I am prepared, and I will build more fleet, and I am on it now, and I will go immediately to my crystal to defend and fight. Quick. Also really important is to check his fleet comp. It's a bit mixed. Some defensors, some Kenraks. The Kenraks make sense against my caps. But, as said, most important are the Corvette and PD control. So I would usually advise to be more focused on defensors, or early lots of wardens. But yeah, as said, wardens are a bit more reactive, and they're not as quick as defensors. I was a bit in a hurry here, because I was about to lose my planet, so I wasn't yet prepared, but I felt confident to fight because I had 3 caps, and he made a bit of mistake to fight with his defenses into my caps and my defensors, and then I focus on his defenses and they just die. And the Kenraks are not in a critical amount that they are threatening to my caps, because I still have level 2 phase out, so I can dodge a lot of these volleys, which basically makes 20 Kenraks like that supply. So that's why he actually was wise enough to pull out, because he would have lost hard, even though he took my planet. But yeah, it will come at a cost. So I got all the basic research. I will probably get this later on, and then some of the influence tech. You have to keep in mind that you should be quick with level 3 when you're like support or eco, because you need the max supply of 900, because 600 you will have reached pretty early on. yeah, I think that's basically it. I mean, I will just make this last engagement here. Will show it, and then I will wrap up the video. Just wanted to start with one small video at the start, and for the first, like, I don't know, 30-35 minutes. This is like the early game, I would say. Now mid game is about fighting your first engagements. Here on the middle, it's like obviously about the center, and on support, it's about these middling pathways, or helping your aggro. And yeah, I mean, I missed a lot of stuff that in my head I wanted to go over about, but I already felt like I was talking about a lot of stuff. Just a small micro detail I made here. When I saw that he retreated, I immediately ran forward with the Antarak. I didn't attack ships. I just ran straight forward to the exit, and my aim was to phase out once one of his egg caps, and I managed to phase out his egg before he was around here. And if I manage to do this, it's just that because I have gravity warhead level 3. And yeah, that is a lot of duration, 48 seconds actually. But yeah, nearly a minute where he can't jump, and with my Desolator and 2 other caps and so many other hard cruisers, I'm pretty sure I will be managing to kill it. Sometimes I also get like the damage nanites. I didn't have it now. Oh, I did have it here now. Like there's one to have additional burst damage. There's burst and overtime damage. And yeah, you see it is just enough to actually kill it. And that is already... I mean, it is only 50 supply, but it is really crippling for Vasari to lose such a cap, because he cannot just easily replace it. I mean, he would either have to go more into survey, and you see I also start a bit with it, because I already feel like, okay, I'm ahead, so I can be a bit more greedy, and I can already invest into potentially more efficient fleet supply. But yeah, that is already like quite the advantage, and I also know he doesn't have a big system. Like these are all his system, his cluster and then ice, and that is just not a lot, yeah, compared to my 3 semi good planets, yeah. And him losing the starting cap basically ensures that I'm quite far ahead. So we can just speed up a bit more. I will recap it because these 3 factories are important, that I can keep on producing and going to the ice. He for some reason decided to come again, but yeah, he realized I was already now producing and had recapped, so yeah. And just one last thing about the fleet composition. I think his biggest mistake was to go already early into Kendrax. I mean, that is quite an investment. Imagine he had, like, instead of these 40 or 30 Kendrax plus, he had like 50 defensors more. Then I would actually have to worry way more, because he has then superior defensors and could overwhelm my defensor, or at least I would have to pull out a bit and wait for my more PD caps and more defensors from my backward systems. And with a bad rotation of the planet like I had here, I had to go to an uncapped gas giant. And with me losing this, I could have been on the back foot. And again, in this game, because I was a bit too greedy, I didn't foresaw this rotation, and which gave him. I saw him on the ice, so I should have used more future orbits. So I would have been prepared for this potential pathway, for his aggro pathway. Because I was already fine with having 2 crystals, and I saw that he doesn't have one of these 2 rich planets. So yeah, me going safer there and securing this planet's health, or having my fleet close enough, and yeah, being able to defend it would have been way more crucial. And yeah, I said, like, the Corvette battle, I didn't finish my point, but being able to to dominate the Corvette battle is crucial, because the 30-40 Kendrax are not going to do much if you don't have the defensor superiority, because the defensors have so much PDs, so most of the DPS is gonna get denied by the defensors if I have more of them. And the defensor count is really like a funny little fight Vasari has with each other. Like, it is so important, and it happens so quickly because they're like little flies, but they basically deny all the other ships you're getting. Only maybe with some oppressors that this can change, but yeah, that's really expensive. You cannot just quickly pump out for the oppressors. So yeah, having the defensor dominance is key, and then you can still like go for other units. But yeah, that's about it. The game evolved actually quite nicely. Like my right side won. There was a 1 player, I think, here, and my left side kind of lost hard. So it was like 1-1, and I won my middle. But then blue and even like light blue tried to help red, so I couldn't just. I mean, I did fight 1 versus 2 and stuff, but I couldn't just advance further because they kept threatening to recap my systems or fight 2v1, etc., or even 1v3. So I had to be a bit careful, and eventually got to Titan territory mass caps, and then then I could basically dominate the map, especially, and it was the first time I used them with the Solarcons face gates. Yeah, really, really strong if you can just suddenly jump already around in the system. It's a bit funny because it feels like this is what Exodus' main strength was, and I think now actually VA has even the more flexible tool. Yeah, kind of funny. Alright, then have a good one. See you.